relationship between humans and crystals is ancient. Think of piezoelectric megalithic structures, the revered healing powers of jade in traditional Chinese medicine dating back thousands of years, crystal-filled shrines and ceremonies in almost every religion, and royalty who have worn gemstones as symbols of power since the beginning of time. Today, we wouldn't have computers, traffic lights, ultrasound, sonar, aircrafts, quartz watches, cars, or LCD screens if it wasn't for crystal technology. It's like we've entered a new stone age. Crystals are more popular than ever. You only have to look at your Instagram feed to witness their booming comeback. From crystal grid gift sets and infrared amethyst mats, to crystal-infused makeup and skincare, to the revival of ancient Chinese empress practices such as crystal gua sha face rollers. Homes are filled with them. Bodies are adorned with them. So what is it about crystals? Why are people obsessed with them? Why have they been used for health, healing, beauty, and power since the beginning of time? What is behind today's roaring crystal renaissance? Watch as we explore different perspectives, such as scientific,
We talked about the crystal classes and the crystal systems.
Vedic,
Work through this.
Daoist,
It'll calm down the chest.
Hermetic, Native American, and New Age, to unearth the mystery of the ancient mineral kingdom. Join us on a crystalline journey to remember the origins of a healing power that for many had long been forgotten, so we can empower the revival of one of humanity's greatest allies.
The idea of crystals in our lives is something that is becoming very, very much in vogue right now. We see crystals everywhere.
People have loved crystals for as long as humans have been around.
Crystals are the flowers of the mineral kingdom. They have consciousness and they hold information.
Crystals are the touchstones for connecting humans to the mystery of life.
We have had a long relationship with crystals, everywhere from using them for jewelry and aesthetic purposes of beauty.
They're beautiful, they're sparkly, they make beautiful adornments.
To using them to create dyes and technologies. We've used them for trade.
They've been used for power and protection and success throughout all sorts of cultures all over the world, because there really is something deeper to it that human nature is intrinsically aware of and attracted to.
From a scientific perspective, a crystal is a physical substance that is highly ordered on the atomic level.
Crystals are a lattice structure. Crystals have taken molecules or atoms or ions arranged together in a very energy efficient way.
And scientists believe that this order and this structure actually reflects the geometry of energy that we cannot see on the quantum level.
They're just this perfect embodiment of sacred geometry in the physical.
It's the crystal matrix, the organization of the molecular structure in specific geometrical forms, that determines that all energies that go through the crystal will either be transformed or amplified.
So when we look at a crystal, we're looking at a physical expression in our world of a higher form of energy expressing from perhaps many other different worlds.
Crystals have been around for billions of years. They're as old as planets and even as old as some stars. A lot of the material that goes into the crystals actually had their birth in the stars.
We really cannot separate the idea of a crystal from our everyday lives, from our planet, or even our bodies, because the very foundation of carbon-based life itself, carbon is a crystalline material. We are carbon-based beings.
The minerals that make crystals up are also part of our own body. And even our own DNA is a form of a liquid crystal. So we are intimately connected with crystals.
The human body is made of about 140 elements, some of them in very, very small numbers. primarily hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon. This is what our DNA is made of. These are all elements on the periodic table. We're made of the stuff on the periodic table that are crystalline in nature.
We are made from the same elements as the stones we most commonly use in medicine. All quartz crystals are made of silicon and oxygen, as are the agates, jaspers, and chalcedonies. The stones support the very stuff we're made of.
So the atoms of our bodies are following crystalline templates. The DNA of our biology is following a crystalline template. And now, as those atoms coalesce, following those genetic instructions, we begin to create bone, which is crystalline in nature, blood, which is crystalline in nature, the organs of the bodies that follow crystalline patterns, the water in our bodies. In a very real sense, we live in a crystalline universe, we live upon a crystalline planet, and we are crystalline-based beings. And that concept opens the door to vast new possibilities that are only available if we shift the way we think, so that we can optimize our potential in our lives and in our world.
The relationship between humans and crystals are manifold.
They've become very much like friends.
Many of us have an instinctive feeling, almost a sense of trust, that there is deep, profound value in the use of gems and crystals for the ascension and the evolution of humanity.
Crystals support us to blend the worlds of spirit and matter. They are like a bridge. They empower us to embody the light within and to express the crystalline essence.
Crystals have been popular for ages, but we're entering this new period of rediscovery that can allow us to use this ancient knowledge here in the information age.
As a scientist, I am not surprised to see the foundation of the most highly advanced, most sophisticated technology that we have today is in fact based on crystals and crystalline structures.
We are living in a technological crystal age. All of our electronics, lasers, computers, sound systems, all of these function with small bits of crystal at their core. This is because crystals transform and/or amplify energy. There's a simple explanation that we can give to you. If I take this crystal and I hit it with a hammer, we'll see a spark coming out. It took mechanical energy and it produced electrical energy. That's how the microphone that's recording my voice works. There's this tiny quartz crystal in there, and with the impulse of my voice, it goes into the machine and it's amplified. Contrary is true. If you put an electrical current into my crystal, it will start vibrating at a very precise timing, and that's how your quartz watch works.
Crystals are used really extensively in our technology of today. Everything from LCD and LEDs use crystals.
They're used in ultrasound, lasers.
The communication technology that we use today is based upon 17 elements that are called rare earth elements. And they are called rare earth elements because they are found in very few locations on the Earth, primarily deposits in China, Russia, a little bit in Australia, and a little bit in North America. These are the foundations of solar panels. They're the foundations of battery technology. They're the foundations of windmills and electric automobiles. And this is one of the places of concern for where technology is going, because so much of the technology is relying upon crystalline elements that are relatively rare and in short supply on our planet.
Crystals have become so much a part of our technology that I recall back in 2003 that there was a statistic that showed that over 2 billion crystals per year were being generated or manufactured in laboratories in order to be used for our technology.
Most of the crystals used in modern technology are now lab created. Of course, natural quartz crystals were used in the beginning of radio and computer technology, but they have long been replaced with synthetic crystals, which, being free from flaws, make them more efficient.
Lab-grown crystals are a newer phenomenon, obviously, but I think there's two ways to see it. On one hand, by doing the crystals in a laboratory, we're not mining those crystals out of the earth, so it is more eco-friendly in that sense. Secondly, the crystals in a laboratory are more controlled, so their growth conditions are more controlled, which allows for them to have more perfected structures. So for example, our silicon-based chips that go into all of our technology of our computers and so forth, those are a very regular, perfected array, like almost depositing one atom at a time to create such a perfect crystal. So from a technological perspective, I think a lab-grown crystal is great.
Synthetic rubies are used to concentrate and direct light in laser technology. Non-gem quality beryls, including emerald and aquamarine, can be a source for the element beryllium, which can withstand extremely hot temperatures. Among many other uses, it is used to make heat shields to protect astronauts as they pass through the Earth's atmosphere.
When it comes to working with crystals for healing purposes, I recommend that we work more with natural crystals because there's a different kind of spirit, a different essence, and the essence of Mother Gaia itself is within those natural crystals when it comes to working with them at a personal level for the energetic, subtle energy parts of what we talk about with healing work and crystals.
When we understand how stones and minerals are used in industry, we can get more insight into their properties for us in healing. In the case of ruby, its function is to invigorate energy and aid blood circulation. It helps us be more decisive and to focus and direct the mind. In the case of beryls, one of their qualities in stone medicine is to convey strength and resilience to us. We can see that same quality in beryllium's use in industry.
Crystals these days are making such a comeback into even our skincare products and our beauty products, our makeup and so forth.
It's not new that stones are being incorporated into cosmetics. Pearl powder has been used cosmetically in China for centuries.
Pearl is made of a lot of calcium. Pearl has often been an ancient secret for beauty, especially in Asia, and both for internal beauty as well as external beauty.
Ancient Egyptians used crushed malachite for eyeshadow and crushed antimony for their thick black eyeliner.
Part of this is because of their color, and sometimes their iridescence, or they bring that shine to things. So when a woman, for example, wears gems and they shine, it brings a certain radiance. And it's the same idea when we're putting it in our makeup, and we have these mineral-based makeups, and they have that sort of luminescence and shine and radiance. So it does bring a lightness to it.
In recent years, modern cosmetics have made a shift from using plastic microbeads to minerals because the plastic was polluting our water. Aside from protecting the environment, one of the benefits of using stones in skincare and other beauty products is that they are basically us, chemically speaking.
Crystals consist of the same pure minerals and trace elements which support the essential functions of our bodies. They are the ideal raw materials for supplementing or replacing any minerals that may be depleted.
Silica supports the integrity of the skin. Some stones with high water content, such as alabaster, support hydration of the skin and its underlying tissues. A finely ground powder of calcite can be used as an exfoliant and at the same time clear inflammation that causes the skin to be red.
There's rejuvenative properties that come with these crystals, and it depends on the crystal specifically, but they come for their rejuvenation, their illumination. They bring certain calming benefits to the wearer. So crystals are beauty, so why not bring them into our beauty products?
Crystals are making a comeback because there's an underlying hunger and desire for humans to interface with a higher dimension of truth and love. to connect with the wisdom and intelligence inherent in nature.
We live in an increasingly isolated and artificial world, and I believe that this is causing people to crave a connection or even a reconnection to metaphysical and mystical resources.
People now, today, are very much waking up in a higher way of consciousness. They're becoming more aware of the fact that we can expand our consciousness, that vibration influences us in so many ways. And the crystals are a very accessible way, a very tangible way that we can start to explore into these sort of alternative and natural ways of raising our vibration and expanding our consciousness.
People today need to come back to nature, and crystals are an easy way to have a natural being who needs very little maintenance to be a part of our lives. That's why they're so popular today. If you know how to work with crystals, they can be of great help in all aspects of your daily life.
Intention is really important when we're working with crystals because we send energy through our thoughts, through our emotions, and through our intentions. And crystals will take that energy in and respond to it. They're also conscious, they're sentient in a way, so they can take in the energy and respond to the energy that is given to them. And then they'll put in energy back out. And so they're going to work with us according to our energy, according to our intentions, and according to some of the way in which we're having a conversation with them, both energetically as well as through our thoughts and our words.
What you need to know is that the crystal will amplify and transform all types of energy: electromagnetic energy, emotional energy, mental energy, and healing energy. If crystals aren't being utilized in ways that are conducive and beneficial, it can be detrimental. So it's very important to know that crystals don't choose what they amplify or transform. The crystal matrix does not have free will. Only humankind has free will. Thus, only appropriate use of the crystal will determine its usefulness. We have to be careful how we use them, as crystals don't discriminate.
I think intention is critically important when working with gems and crystals to ensure that the results that we have uplift ourselves and those around us, that it's on behalf of the greater good. The use of crystals to uplift humanity has been going on for thousands of years. I'm a Vedic gemologist, which means that I work with gems and crystals to channel very specific light and cosmic rays into the wearer. I have people calling me from all over the world looking to make their lives better and the lives better of those around them. And when our intentions are in alignment with the best possible outcome for everybody involved, not only do the gems work a lot better, it's a lot more fun for me to do it.
Intention is very important when working with crystals, perhaps not so much in guiding the crystals to do their work, but in being very clear about what we want to accomplish with them. For example, someone is dealing with a lot of anxiety. There are many stones that can be used to treat anxiety. So how do I differentiate? Why would I choose amethyst over chrysocolla, for example? Specifically, I need to know, does this person have anxiety because they're overworked and stressed? I would use amethyst in that case. Or does this person have anxiety because they have a fundamental fear of the world? In that case, I would use chrysocolla. Understanding the root cause of the anxiety helps to clarify our intention and to choose a stone that will best support that intention. And of course, when we're working as healers, our underlying intention is always to try to help our client in the best way possible.
I often tell people that I'm in the karma business. What we do is going out in the world and coming back around and making a significant impact. So if somebody is going to use a gemstone for something that is out of alignment with the greater good or with an ill intention, that really can backfire. It can come back around and cause types of karma and repercussions that are even worse than the original intention could have predicted.
The best advice that I have for people who want to work with crystals is to treat those crystals like friends. Even treat them like people. Talk to them, connect with them, hold them, care for them, and work with them intuitively. They are unique. So we want to get to know each one, just like you're trying to get to know a unique person. Who is this person? So this is the best way to work with crystals. And you may be drawn to a particular crystal and you don't know why, but as you connect with that crystal and develop a relationship with that crystal, you will learn why in time.
Our lives are being improved, and we're beginning to understand a deeper relationship to ourselves and to the cosmos through the use of crystals and crystalline technology.
Who would have thought that modern-day society is literally powered by crystals? They run our lives more than most of us could have ever imagined. As they make their comeback into our hands and collective consciousness again, imagine where we can go from here. Let's journey on in this series and learn more about how we can make crystals our allies, not just in technology and beauty, but also in healing, manifestation, and our spiritual evolution.